They want us to think that we're an insignificant speck of dust, but let me tell you, we are so much more than dust in the wind.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim they worship.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
Welcome to the Phone Booth Podcast. Please keep your arms and legs inside the phone booth at all times. We are not responsible for any lost or stolen souls, destroyed realities, or blown minds. I am Ted Theodore Logan, here tonight with Bill, Rufus, and Death. Since tonight is the first official night that we're actually having a full Flat Earth episode, I just want to take this opportunity to shout out Sacred and Flat Earth Fridays on Twitter and all the level heads. So, let's just go right into it. So tonight we were supposed to have Neil deGrasse Tyson on to debate us, but he's on a convention with Elon Musk and Mars, so we found this guy out back flat smacking hobos. So this is Dave Weiss. How's it going, Dave?
What's going on? Thanks for that nice opening. Beautiful.
Well, normally people are like, we have a very special guest, and
you know what? Every time I'm on a show that's new to Flat Earth, they go, "We have a very special guest today," and I'm like, they're talking like I'm a special
like,
needs,
short
patient,
bus
you know?
special, yeah.
I'm just like, do you have to say it that way? They're like, well, you do think you're this flat.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've all been down that road. I've been a flat earther since like 2016 and just didn't really do anything about spreading it. And then around February, we decided, let's go on Twitter and start spreading it. So that's what got us here.
There you go.
Manifesting.
We all decided to just take on the monikers of Bill and Ted's because
so.
Ted and I were.
No, go ahead. Finish. I have a question.
No, Ted and I have been we've been friends for 25 years, and this is one of our favorite movies ever. And we just decided, well, let's take the monikers on because we're going to be talking some smack, and we're going to have a lot of people hating on us. You know what I mean? Because we had been preparing to go onto Twitter. We had no idea what we were getting into, but when we got on there, it was like, holy crap. It's brutal. It's brutal.
It's a cesspool.
I
know. But
no, that's where you post all your stuff?
Yeah,
Twitter?
I mean, well, we put our stuff on Rumble. See, originally the plan was just to get on Twitter and get something going, but we started growing quick. Since February, the first account, which was me, has 44,000 followers now.
Nice.
So it grew quickly. Like, you've commented on it a couple times. I'm sure you don't realize it's us if you run your own Twitter, but
I do run my own Twitter. I don't know what I'm commenting on.
No, you quoted one of Bill's tweets about those burning trees. About if someone has a logical explanation or whatever. And then, you commented on one of mine, basically explaining, because I posted my post as like a question, like being a smartass, and you jumped in the comments and explained it, and I was like, now he thinks I'm fucking stupid too, but whatever.
No, sometimes I'm like, this is probably a person that's just, taunting people.
Oh, yes.
And so I'll throw the explanation out there for others. Do you guys follow Real Stu Peters?
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, he's been quoting, tweeting the flatter stuff. It's
I
awesome. So I go in there and I try to post as many of my short videos or any good videos, or even just some good memes from the app. In there, and then I get a lot of reaction to those. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, I use a lot of your memes from the app, ton of them. We all
Are
have
they
that
loving?
too. So.
Are they loving reactions, Dave?
They're very loving. Yeah.
They're so sweet. Yeah, we get a lot of hate too, so I'm sure we already get called shills and we're newbies, so I know how it is about all the hate I'm sure you get. But you're doing.
We've got to wear our helmets.
Yeah.
You know, it's not because we're special. Bro.
Yeah, just for protection. So I don't know where you want to start. I mean, like, we know a lot of it, but we also have, I guess, a responsibility to our listeners to go over some of the earlier stuff, which I would say pretty much everybody who listens is already a flat earther, or at least part of the way there. But I know they don't all know the same things we know. So if there's anywhere you'd like to start, I mean, I know you have a whole thing if you want to do it.
There's so many different things. It's like what questions, like, you know, even as a flat earther, you should have questions like, hey, how does this work on a flat earth? Or, you know, you should be looking for better answers, which I'm sure you guys do. So for you to say, where do I want to start? You know,
I know.
Like, we can see too far. Thanks, guys. See ya. It was great.
I know.
It's flat, late.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this, you know, they're always like, okay, that's actually a good idea. So we battle a lot. And a lot of the things is the sunsets is a big battle for us, right? So, you know, we know the sun's just coming and going, right? But they're, you know, oh, well, if you put a solar filter on it, then you can see it going down below the horizon. But if you don't have one, then it appears to get smaller as it goes away. But the sun never changes its size.
Yeah.
You know,
so if you fuck with it, you know.
Right. So what do you say to that? Like, if you put a solar filter on the sunset?
So there's a whole bunch of things that happen with the sunset, and there's a whole bunch of reasons that it looks different sizes. First, let's start with the moon, and it's the same for the sun, but I use the moon because you don't need a solar filter to see. You know, there's glare on the sun. No matter where you're looking at it on a sunny day, it's glare. But when you look at the moon on the horizon, it looks gigantic, right? Is it gigantic, or does it look gigantic?
Pretty sure it's the same size it always is. It just looks like
it's the same size, but so when you see it on the horizon, you're like, wow, it's huge. And you take a picture of it, you look at the picture and go, it's tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you look at the picture and like, it doesn't do it justice. And then a couple hours later, when it's high in the sky, you go, wow, it's so much smaller.
Yeah,
right.
Well, that's less impressive.
Well, if you held like your finger or your fingernail out in front, you know, arm's length, and say, all right, my pointer finger covers the whole moon, and then 3-4 hours later, when it's high in the sky, same distance away from your face, it's the same thickness of your finger that'll cover the moon. Another thing you can do, and you guys probably heard me say it, and it sounds gay. Turn around, bend over, and look at the moon upside down through your legs when it's on the horizon, and it'll be small.
You would think that globies would already know that, because
they're
always bending over looking through their legs. So you'd think one of them would have caught a glimpse at some point. But
some of them are upside down, you know, crazy. But so you have whatever that phenomena where you see things near the horizon, they look bigger. So you can't even really trust your own perception there. Then, you know, if you put a solar filter on it, sure, it looks like it's staying the same size. Well, a couple things that are going on, and then not always, though. A couple things are going on. Sometimes it stays the same size. Sometimes it gets smaller. Sometimes it looks like it gets bigger. Okay. But with a solar filter, I've never seen it get bigger. I've seen it get smaller and also move off to the right. The globies just claim that it's the same because they think it's the same the whole time, but it's not. It's the bottom part of the dome of vision that matters. It's the last little bit. Are you gonna force me to come on camera? So I guess I gotta come on camera.
Hi.
All right, here we go. Hold on. So
there he is.
Yeah, here I am. So this is a grid of vision, right? Everything gets smaller into the distance, right? When you're looking up through the atmosphere, you're looking through this much atmosphere, okay? But when you're looking across the plane of the Earth, you're looking through all atmosphere, okay?
Yeah.
So that has more of a magnification factor. So you have the magnification factor of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a lens. You've seen, you know, where it magnifies things. So as the sun is going away, getting smaller, it's also getting magnified bigger. On top of that, the sun that we see is already far away. You guys seen my video where I show you how the sun doesn't get smaller because it's already far away. Have you seen that?
The fade out one or the
No, not the fade out.
Is it the with
Let
the
me,
drone?
let me. No. This is non-shrink. Is this it? Okay. So we'll watch this train go away. It's getting smaller due to perspective. We all know this, right? Because this train was right next to him, and it gets smaller because it's moving away. Simple. Everyone can agree with that, even Globies. Okay.
Yep.
So it gets smaller and smaller. All of these lines in this hallway are parallel, but if you look at these lines, it looks like they're almost going straight down. That's due to perspective. These are all parallel lines. It's just the way we see. Okay. So here is an orthographic view that no one ever sees in reality. And this is what the person sees. So here we have the sun. It's already far away. So it's already reduced in size. And then it goes away. So this person is just seeing the sun go away. It looks like it's going down, but it doesn't get any smaller or much smaller because it's already far away. So here's an example. The train car is already small, so it's really staying small as it goes away.
Right.
Right. So here's a real world example. You got a wiffle ball and you got another one 6 feet away. And this one's tiny next to this one due to perspective. We know that they're the same size.
Yeah.
Right. So we lift it where the sun is, well, if they were overhead, I'm just going to lift the camera here. I'm not going to get any closer to this ball. I'm just going to go straight up from this ball. And what happens is they both come to be close to the same size. And I didn't get any closer to this one.
Yeah.
So if I slid the camera down here, it would basically stay the same size. Yes, this one's a little bit smaller, but then you add in the atmospheric magnification. And without the atmospheric magnification, it sometimes does get smaller. We have videos where it is getting smaller. Who did that great video on it? Yeah, not even just the desert. It was who did a great analysis of it? It was a guy that's no longer around. Greg, no, the guy that Mark started. No, the big guy, not Skiba. No, not Skiba. It was it was a guy that had a challenge, like the first guy to challenge Globers for a contest. I forget his name. Mark Sargent talks about him all the time.
Okay.
So we have that. So now let's go to what I wanted to show you. Sun perspective. This is it. All right. So we have this grid of vision, right? And we have this guy, this is his eyesight. And I'll throw a mountain in here. Now here we got the sun and we got the mountain. Now this mountain is thousands of feet over his eye line. We all agree on that. Even Globers could agree on that.
Yeah.
Now, if the sun moves away, it's not going down, it's just going away. This guy knows that sun is still in the sky. It's not below the horizon. It's just beyond the mountain. If he could fly up in the air, he could see it again. What's another way he could see it again? If he moved backwards a whole bunch of miles.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Right? Because his angle would change, right? So if he moved backwards or the mountain moved forward, no difference. So we move the mountain forward, right? Fill in the sides, fill in the foreground. There's the sun again. He can see it again, right? He's not standing at the base of the mountain down here.
Correct.
He's way back. So the mountain went down and it revealed the sun up in the sky again. So you have to remember this top of this mountain right here is thousands of feet above his eyes. But to him, it looks like it's at the same level. You with me?
Yeah.
Then we add the sun. So the sun goes away again. It goes beyond the mountain again, right? And when I don't understand. If you're standing out in the street and there's a 10-story building across the street from you, 10-story building, and the sun's directly above you, and the sun's going towards that building, as it passes the building, it goes beyond the building. You can't see it anymore. But if you went back a mile, the top of that building would be at your eye level, and you'd see the sun. So it's the same thing. As it goes in the distance, it's just going beyond the building. So the sun is just beyond this line that is far above his eye line. Now we'll add all the clouds. We have the same thing with the clouds. The clouds, which are way up in the sky, are all coming down and all merging, becoming opaque here. So when the sun goes beyond, it's not just going beyond the mountains, it's going beyond the clouds. The cloud horizon is thousands of feet above the terrestrial mountain horizon, which is thousands of feet above his eyes.
Yeah.
All of this is up, but it all looks like it's at eye level. Yeah.
It's amazing.
So that's how the sun sets and be, well, it's going below the physical curve. No, you can't tell that curve, right? You can't tell that curve.
I love it because that always means that when we're watching a sunset somewhere, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's 3 miles away. Look at it." Like, no,
yeah,
no, it's not.
When you watch the sun, like you have a calm day on the West Coast, and the sun's setting, and it's going behind that supposedly physical ball curve. That's only 3 miles away. If you're standing, if you're sitting, it's like 2 miles away, 1.3 miles away. If you're sitting, okay. Get real. Okay? Anytime something disappears, the Globers scream, "Oh, there it is!" Same thing. I got the same thing here. You got these mountains. The clouds are just going behind the mountain. We reveal the clouds by moving the mountain away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And now we could see all those clouds. They were all hidden behind the mountain when he was close to it. But this mountain looks like it's at his eye level. Got the sun. It's just going beyond. It's going beyond the mountain. There you go.
Yep.
And it's gone.
That's it.
Yeah, but Dave, we have a problem. That doesn't work that way on the ocean, on the curved water.
Sure it does. Sure it does. Well, the whole curved water thing, and globies are amazing. Like, can you guys see me right now? Can you guys? No, not on the camera. If you went outside of your house, where are you guys located? With just one of you. Where you look?
South Florida.
South Florida. Okay, so if you look north, I'm in Connecticut. Can you see me outside?
No.
Earth is the globe.
Yeah.
It's got to be curvature, right?
Exactly.
Forget that it's dark. Forget that there's mountains in between us. Forget that the angular size that I would be from Florida is so infinitesimally beyond your ability to see. There's no light bouncing off me, right? But globers will go, "I can't see you. It's because you're over the curve."
Yeah.
Okay, you're over the curve.
That's the only reason. But
It's the only reason you're over the curve. But boats, they disappear. They disappear below the horizon. The bottoms disappear first.
I can't believe they still use that. It amazes me.
So this is what we call a false horizon here. Those boats were too small to see. We zoom them back into size, but this horizon is just swells. Watch these boats. They're going up. And is this boat going behind a curve?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they'll screenshot that and be like, "Look, there's the curve."
Yeah, but there's many days. So this is what I call a long ocean swell day.
Mm-hmm.
So we really only have one kind of wave in the foreground, and then the boat comes up and it shows and it disappears. But when you have a regular wavy day, there's waves everywhere, and they all mesh together and create a perfect, beautiful horizon. And so then everything is hidden beyond it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's hidden beyond it. But then they don't take into account that we shouldn't be able to see any of this boat. This entire boat should be gone, right? Oh, I can't see the bottom quarter. Earth is a globe. Okay.
Or they're like, continue zooming. You can't keep zooming because it's a globe.
Yeah.
No,
Forever.
it's because the zoom is it's maxed out on my camera, buddy.
Right.
So while we're talking
Yeah.
about the sun, if you don't mind, I don't know if everyone's seen it, but do you have the sun sheet video handy?
Yes.
That helped me battle a lot of people and understand it better.
So I say that, and this is Globers don't even realize that their entire coordinate system is based on the azimuthal grid of vision, or what we call the personal atmospheric dome. The only things that we can see are things within our vision. Everybody can agree with that.
Yep.
And our vision only goes a certain distance in all directions. Maybe it goes higher, farther, up high and low because of atmosphere, right? Whatever all of those distances are, connect them all. It creates a dome of vision. That's our azimuthal grid of vision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can put longitudes and latitudes on there, and you can figure out where you are and everything. Okay. So I believe that the luminaries, or at least the sun and the moon, are above that, above the dome, or within the dome, above the firmament or within the firmament.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that we're seeing a reflection of it. If you guys have seen my eclipse video, right?
Oh, yeah, I love that one. That's
right,
an awesome one.
So here I got a flashlight with actually a square lens, looks round, everything comes around a distance. It's like 10 feet beyond this sheet. Okay. And so, I was like, wow, that really looks like a sun. So Paige is over here, over there. And so she sees the sun right there. If I put a little X on the sheet, I move over here, I see the same sun over there. She sees hers over there.
Yep.
Okay. So that's how we see things in a position relative to us. Well, can't you just triangulate the sun? How are you going to triangulate it when two of you are seeing it in different spots?
Yeah.
It never works.
Right.
It can't work. Right. So that's simple to me. That's how we see the sun. Because like on a foggy day where it's not too foggy, the sun looks like you can almost touch it. It's so close. That's because your grid of vision is much smaller. It's amazing.
It really is.
Oh, and since we're on the azimuthal field of vision, like, you know, I think about this when I'm looking at the moon. It always looks like a disc in the sky, you know, and
yeah,
I feel like depending on your position, you should be able to see different angles of the moon if it were a sphere.
I'm going to answer that one.
And it's always a disc in the sky, and I was wondering what you had to say about that.
Well, I don't even think the moon's a disc. I kind of think it's a sphere. I don't know. I can't touch it. How tall is this chair? How big is this chair? What's it made out of?
I have no clue.
How tall is it? Is it a regular chair? Is it a doll chair? Or is it a giant chair? Is it a chair?
It's carved into
It could
cheese.
be a three-legged chair for all we know.
Would you sit on it?
Oh, there it goes. No, I wouldn't be able to, clearly.
Wow.
It's a painting on the floor.
Nice. I mean, come on, Dave. I could sit on the painting.
You could. I guess you could. How about this one? Since we're on so just remember your question. We'll go to your question in a second. So which way are those boxes moving?
I'm gonna guess
they're not moving.
They're not.
They're not. If I put my finger on a corner,
Yeah, it took me a second, but
it doesn't move at all. Those boxes are not moving at all. They're not getting bigger and smaller. They're not rotating. They're not moving apart. They're not moving together.
yeah, it's crazy.
Unless you can touch it and measure it, you can't say shit about it.
Right?
That's so awesome.
Good call.
Yeah.
What's that effect called?
That's called the fuck your mind up effect.
Jot that down.
Yeah.
Jot that down.
I'm gonna share this on the app and I gotta bleep everything. I'm like, oh man. All right, try not to swear anymore. All right, try to swear because people get so offended. You know, hey, there's all this crazy stuff going on in the world. You know, kids, adrenochrome, you know, everything, but you can't say a 4-letter word that's very descriptive and kind of funny. All right, you can't say that. All right, it's like, come on, come on,
It's
Go for it.
offensive.
Go for it.
yeah.
We will not be beeping those out. So
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Get
That's
it
fine.
all out.
Have you guys seen this one?
Oh yeah, I actually
this-
posted that a while ago. I love it though.
It's so crazy. This is spinning around. It's not changing directions. And even though I told you and show you, you can't, even when the green screen's going,
Yeah.
it's really spinning around in a circle. And when he puts the friggin' pen through it, okay, that should break the illusion. Right? So this is a perspective window, makes you think it's going away. And your brain, even though we're showing you that there's a pen through it, so you should be able to see that it's turning around. Not only does it go back and forth, it does something. You guys have seen this, right? Watch the pen. What the heck is going on there?
It's not any less impressive seeing it again because my brain, even though I know what's happening, I can't see what's really happening.
That's crazy looking.
Isn't that crazy? And the whole thing is, even though when you're shown the illusion, like these tables are the exact same dimensions.
What?
These tables are the exact same dimensions. See that piece of paper covers it perfectly. Covers it perfectly.
Oh.
Okay. Now, normally when you show someone something like that, oh, now I see it. Okay. You can't see it. You can't break it. You can't break it. What's up with that?
Yeah. Now imagine having
Right?
that crammed down your throat your entire life and then trying to break that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is
So
wild, man.
this is down on my beach. We have this long road that cuts through. When you look through, there's this is the Stanford Hospital, and it's really gigantic. Okay, It's gigantic. But this road is maybe a tenth of a mile, maybe a little longer. And as you go down the road, the hospital, as you go towards it, the hospital gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And when you pop out at the end, there's the hospital.
So weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I don't understand it. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's again, it's like the whole moon thing. It's because our foreground, it's not letting me, because my brain knows that this is miles, and my brain knows that this is only a couple of feet of, from the right hand side of this tree to the left hand side of this tree near me. It's probably only 10 linear feet.
Yeah.
Well, my brain knows that this is 3-4 miles, and so I don't know, man.
The thing you showed one time that blew my mind was the lines, and you asked what height they're at or whatever, and you can't judge at all because the picture's not there. You know what I'm talking about, but I'm not saying you have to share it, but I know you know what I'm talking about.
You guys have all seen it, right?
No, probably
No. Nope.
Probably mostly me.
Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
Awesome.
All right, so don't you answer. So which line is the highest? And then you're going to get a second chance when you fail. Okay? It could be a trick. Maybe it's the yellow one. I don't know. Maybe it's the orange one.
I'm going with the middle one. Orange.
Middle one. Okay? Just because. Why? And the lowest one? The lowest one?
The yellow?
So which one's the longest? Which one's the shortest line?
The red.
Well, it looks like the yellow one.
Yeah. It
All
does.
right, so you're just going against.
Yeah.
So this bush is 5 feet above the deck. This is the line of the deck, which is 10 feet above the beach. So this is 15 feet lower than this one, right? This is 15 feet lower than this one. This one is 5 feet lower than this one. Isn't that crazy? And this one is a couple of miles. This one's maybe 20 feet, and this one's maybe 7 feet.
Right.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're freaking me out, man.
And then you got this one where you got this line. Then we'll add some more lines. Right? We're adding more lines. Now, which one is the longest? No, which one is the highest line?
Come on, Death. It's Rufus.
Somebody else looks stupid. Don't leave it
It would
on.
have to be the bottom. It would be the bottom yellow lines, right?
This down here. This one is the longest. Is the highest.
That's the highest.
Okay, and which one's the longest?
I would. Well, yeah, the top.
Second red one down.
Okay, you're so wrong. They're all the same height because they're all the same height as all of the lights. They're just connecting the lights. And this one, like this little segment between the lights here is longer than this entire segment because you can't even see the other light. Okay, so this is the longest line, and they're all the same height. Trick question.
Oh, that's
Gotcha.
cool.
You know, that reminds me of the Cosmos in the Black Hills. Have you guys ever been there?
Nope.
No.
No, nobody. Yeah, it's really cool. It's like full of optical illusions where it's just set up so you think you're looking uphill, but you're actually looking downhill.
Oh, nice.
Look
I like
into
that.
it. It's really cool.
That is awesome.
So let me ask you a question. So we're on a boat at the water level, and then we have the land and the trees, and then in the distance we have these buildings.
Mm-hmm.
On a flat Earth, on a globe Earth, as you go away from that buildings, what should happen to these buildings?
Get smaller.
Besides getting smaller, they should go over the curve.
Oh yeah.
Out of your-
See, I can't
out of
even
your
think.
vision.
I can't even think with the curve, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
We know that it doesn't happen.
So this is my line of view. I'm looking up. The trees kind of become just my sky horizon because I can't see through the trees. So I can only see the very, very tip of this building. Right. And as I move away, I can now, it lowers that building just like moving away from the mountain or the building. It lowers it. And I can now see the things that are above it. So now I'm seeing more and more of this. And the farther I go, the better of an angle I'll have, and I'll see lower and lower and lower on the building.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So here's a real world example of this. This is me looking at this building right next to like a mile from the shoreline, right? So in reality, this still looks like it's pretty close to my eye level. It's not, from where I was. And here are these buildings. And if you look, you got this white part of the building, right? Something identify here. And then I went 26 miles away. Besides, the entire building should be missing.
Yeah.
This is the white part right here. I'm seeing all of this lower part of the building.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this other 26 miles.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
26 miles. This is from.
I don't even see how they argue some of this stuff. I mean, they just cite refraction and that's it. But
They just slide the refraction indicator to say how much refraction. Oh, you need that much refraction. It's like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
You should see. I know you never have spare time, but your boy Professor Dave has blocked us all on Twitter for attacking him. And so we do these little thing called shorts, board shorts, but BORED, and we put them up on Twitter, and we like pick apart Neil deGrasse Tyson and Professor Dave, and it's just it's a good old time. If you ever have a free 2 seconds, you can check them out.
Yeah. I mean, I know that you're friends and all, so we don't want to go there. But
What a douche. So
oh, this is their favorite. Here they go.
Yeah, no, this is just that's just a picture of perspective, basically showing you perspective, and the sun just going away. Now look, this mountain is thousands of feet above the camera level. Thousands.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is just going beyond it. Any farther away, when it gets dark, you wouldn't be able to see that that's even a mountain. You would just assume that's your horizon.
Yeah, that's
true.
And as it goes farther into distance, and then people go, well, what about sunsets at the ocean when there's clear day? Clear air is opaque at 100 miles. Okay,
Wow.
It's opaque.
You can't see forever.
Wow.
They love that one.
They love using these just to show you. But look, it sets because it stays the same size. It goes all the way down.
Yeah.
Like the sun just sets at this hard angle. Like
Half the stuff
and
they put out is like, I was like, I think this is going to turn somebody into a flat earther because it makes absolutely no sense.
After my naive belief that I was going to be able to actually have a conversation with Professor Dave, and the show is going to be moderated. So many people emailed me saying that we're globers. They go, listen, there's no way the Earth is a globe, but why did he act like such an asshole like that to you? Why? What happened there? What? And that get boom. Now I have contact with that person. I say, here, watch these videos, and I'll send them my crash course list. I say, just watch any two of these videos, and then a couple of days later, I'll get an email back going, holy crap. This is a real thing, and I'm like, here, watch some more.
I don't want to. I don't want to like negate from Rufus's question, but while you're talking about the Professor Dave, battles,
Phony,
if you will.
Phony Professor Dave.
Yeah,
phony. Yeah. Magnetic declination. He cut you off and said it's fake. What is that about?
Yeah, magnetic declination is how they hide the flat Earth. They literally turn the magnetics around. There's one spot down near Antarctica or on Antarctica. The magnetic declination is 170 degrees. That means if it says north is that way, north is actually that way. Okay? Right? They got you spinning all over the place. The Flat Earth Banjo had a guy on that explained the maps. What was he? The time zone guy did a great job explaining how magnetic declination works.
Awesome.
The other thing is that the big joke, the globies, they're like, oh, they think it's funny when they say spectroscopy needs a container. Well, yeah. What I was saying, that's their big joke, because I said spectroscopy needs a container. What I was saying was, you can't have spectroscopy without air pressure, and you can't have air pressure without a container.
Exactly.
Air violently fills the available space.
Yeah.
Violently. In all situations, except when there's a whole lot of it. Then it collapses upon each other and makes stars.
Yeah,
and they,
oh, I love that.
with gravity that hold on to distant stars and ignore closer moons.
Yeah.
And It's like,
how many helium balloons does it take to make a sun's gravity that holds on to Earth? Like,
wait, and so the sky is a perfect clock. You know, all of the finest watches everything's based on a sky clock. So the sky is in perfect order. It's not a random beehive of gravitational fucking bees flying all over the place, right? It's it's a perfect clock. So how do you have how does this gravitational model work? Because like when we have a planetary alignments, well, how come they don't tug on each other? Right? How come they don't tug on each other and pull things out of order? How come when the moon is coming around the sun, around the earth towards the sun, it doesn't go faster and then slower as it goes away?
Yeah.
Right? How come? And there's no answer. Well, you know, the Earth's gravity, it's closer to the Earth, so it negates the sun's gravity.
It cancels out. Yeah, I love that.
It cancels out. I mean, yeah. That's their argument.
Whatever they need to make it work, man. That's what they do. I love is sometimes
you just don't underneath scale.
When you post something and you have them in there and they're arguing two totally different points. One of them's telling you how fake it is and that I faked the video, while the other one's telling me how real it is and NASA's the greatest thing ever. So they can't even get their own shit together. So it doesn't surprise me.
So this is, I believe, has something to do with how we see the moon. This guy is facing that way, but his body looks like it's facing this way. So if his chest is the moon, right? And as we will move instead of him moving.
Oh, wow.
And watch. We'll come around. I wish someone did a better job filming this. It's still the same face. It's still the same face. It's still the same face.
So
right?
Weird.
Come on, dude.
That's so crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
That's CGI, dude. CGI. You faked it.
That's all you get.
Yeah. So
what?
The optics of the sky, the physics of this world, that, you know, if anyone thinks that we can figure it out like that, we can't even figure out the things that we can touch.
Yeah.
You know, you see Austin's thing with superfluids the other day
on Globebusters or
on Globebusters.
Yeah, we were all in the chat.
We all
it climbs out of the glass and then it goes down and it goes through the glass, and it's like, you know, nobody can even figure out how this stuff works.
Exactly.
You're gonna figure out how this realm works. I mean, perfectly.
I know. I like to tell them when they ask us, show me a model, explain this, explain that. I'm like, imagine if there was other planets, since I know you guys love that. If you were dropped on a planet and had no resources, and then you were asked to figure it all out on your own. That's what you're asking us to do. Someone who doesn't have government funding and all. They are the ones who should be doing the proper research because we pay them. But they're not. I mean, they're doing it. They're just hiding it.
They're a bunch of lying.
Or they're lying about it.
Exactly.
That video's creeping me out, dude.
Yeah, sorry. he looks like Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he does.
Swims like him too.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. It's just so insane. Everything. They're all of their arguments are completely fallacious. Completely. Right? Why isn't the moon lit up like the moon should be lit up? Because the sun is behind the camera.
I love that picture. I love that one, or that image, I should say. It's definitely not a picture, but they love that. Just like, okay, before I was a flat earther, I never even considered it. But the second I looked at it, I don't have an ego. I was like, holy shit, they tricked me my whole life. I know that's rare. Most people aren't like that. But once I saw the facts, you have to make a choice. You either ignore it and go on, or you dig deeper.
Yeah.
And
some people just can't handle it.
I know.
So think about this. So you have this core belief that this is your world, okay? And this is all that there is. So all of these, I was listening to a panel show, and on it was Project Camelot, Kelly Cassidy woman who's crazy, and Jim Fetzer was on it. And I was told that they were talking about Antarctica and how Admiral Byrd and other people had stories of traveling into other dimensions.
Oh, I heard this. I actually heard this.
Traveling into other dimensions, okay? Now think about it. If you went down to Antarctica and you truly believed you live on a ball and you went tried to go past the South Pole and you went out into more land, and maybe out there's a different sun and totally different sunlight, so the light would be different, right? You'd be like, where the hell am I must be in another dimension. Nope, you're just in the outer space.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you live on a ball, any place that's beyond the limits of the ball is assumed to be another dimension. And people will be like, yeah, that's got to be it, because they can't fathom another possibility, one that's actually possible, that where there's just more land.
Yeah.
There's just more land beyond. But if you're on a ball, everything beyond that Antarctica spot is another dimension to you.
Yeah. I actually said, do you know who Robert Treat is?
Robert Treat?
Yeah, he's an author. He's used to be in the military, whatever, but he wrote a book about all of his alien abductions, and we had him on the podcast, and he was talking about how he was abducted, and he felt like he went through the sun to another planet. And I was like, wouldn't it be the same thing if you were heading south and you passed our sun and you went up to another sun? Wouldn't you feel like you went to another planet just at a hypersonic speed or whatever you want to say? And he was cool about it, because he's definitely not a flat earther, but to me, that makes total sense. If you have a ball mentality in your head and you went past the sun that you think is 93 million miles away, you would think you're going to another planet or dimension or whatever.
Yeah. So hold on to pull up the map. So you guys know this map, right? The Nos Confunda map.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you got your sun. Maybe there's another sun here. Maybe, let's assume there's one sun per pond, right? And if we turned out the lights and just had the suns would just be, this sun would just light up this area here, right? Then everything else would be dark. Wherever the sun is, it would light up that area of that domed world, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and as you know, everything turns into a circle. All lights will become a sphere in the distance. I showed you see my train, right?
Yes, I've seen it.
Lights. All right. It looks like, so if you got into a ship, an anti-gravitic ship, hey, we're going to take you, we're going to go through a wormhole, we're going to go to Mars, okay? And you lift off here and you're going out, this shadow, this Earth sun is just going to turn into a little star. And that the lit part of the Earth is going to look like a sphere, and it's going to get really small, and then you're only going to be able to see the sun because you're not going to be able to see the reflected light off the Earth. And then you're going to be getting closer to another star. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. All of a sudden, you'll see the lit up area. You will swear that you just went from one planet to another, if that's your paradigm.
Yep, that's where you live in your head.
That's your paradigm.
Sense. Yeah,
it would look the same, but then you have to, the globe has to come up with, oh well, we're folding space, and the wormholes, and because you have to make up for these ridiculous, impossible, psychopathic distances.
Rufus had a good question. Like, how does that go ahead, Rufus?
Yeah, how would the extra land work if there was a dome? Can you not get to the other lands, or?
Well, here's the other thing. What's the dome made out of? Is it energetic? Are there pathways? Mm-hmm. Is it a bigger dome? I think, I tend to think, and I don't know. Again, this is just me speculating, because as I always say, you don't need to go beyond beyond your backyard, basically, to prove the Earth is flat and not a spinning ball. What if the Earth was? What if like this? What if this was Earth? What if? Let's look at it from biblical. This is biblical Earth. Mm-hmm. There's 60 continents. Here are the four corners of the Earth. Okay, and the dome. Let's say the dome goes out here. How would you know? How would you know?
You wouldn't. There's no way.
How would you know? You wouldn't know. And so, yeah, or if we're on this, what if this entire thing had a nice big flat skied tinted dome? Yeah. The whole thing. And all of this is Earth. Okay? But they trapped us in this one little pond.
Yep.
and they don't want us to know about that. Did you guys read this book yet that has this map in it? The Navigator Across the Ice Wall.
Yeah, no, actually, I haven't read it, but
dude, it's a pamphlet. You can read it in one sitting. Like, I brought it to Mexico. There's three books. I brought them to Mexico with me, and I literally had like I'm only gonna read one chapter. Because I could read the whole thing in like an hour, not even. Okay, and so I was trying to make it last. But it's literally the story of Star Wars, but here on Earth. Like, Star Wars is talking about this.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It's the whole thing is Star Wars. This is it.
Yeah.
This is where Star Wars takes place, here.
So while we're talking about, go ahead, Bill.
I was just saying, are you saying that Hollywood was trying to tell us something and we weren't listening?
They never do that.
Casting spells, they're using the Hollywood from the holly tree.
Very
That's
nice.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, you have those ships that go into Antarctica. I've heard you talk about those on the ship tracker app, how they're hundreds of miles in or whatever. Like, I've actually looked at it myself. I sent a couple screenshots to them in the text. Like, yeah, it's still there. You can still see them. The ones I saw said fishing vessel or whatever, but still, they're clearly way in.
They're saying fishing vessel. The one that was going to Kiribati was 580 meters. I don't know any ships that are that big.
Yeah, that's huge.
Right? And then somebody had an old picture of a ship that was deep inside Antarctica, and it had like really crazy Antiquitech towers on it. Like, is it a free energy ship? Pulling energy out of the ether.
It could be.
Right. And so this ship 730 miles in, right, which is 1.9 miles above sea level, and this one is 905 miles, which is almost in the friggin' center if they say it's the size it is.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it's insane.
That's crazy.
I actually found this article about Antarctica from like 1909 on the government website where they archive everything, and it was talking about some dude's expedition there, and they were talking about all kinds of animals: the walrus, polar bears, smaller game like duck and grouse and hare. Like, all these things were in Antarctica then, supposedly, and now they act like it's just penguins and nothing else has ever been there.
Yeah, they try to tell us dragons are a mythical character, but why does the Chinese zodiac have all 13 zodiacs and 12 of them are real animals and one of them's a mythical one?
Yeah.
Okay.
People think
the whole thing. Yeah.
You're crazy if you say dragons are real and dinosaurs aren't, which clearly dinosaurs aren't real.
Meme. It was a picture of a giraffe, and it's like somebody showing. It was a unicorn. It's like a unicorn's a horse with a spike is different than a galloping camel leopard with a 30-foot neck. Okay, I mean, like, it's like which one is crazy? A horse with a friggin' a narwhal fucking spike on his head. You see the unicorn, the narwhal.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the animals it listed.
Unicorn. Yeah.
Wasn't that in Rudolph?
And the fact that China, America, fucking Vietnam, everyone says that Kiribati, the nation of Kiribati, which is out here in the middle of nowhere, is an important trade route. And then the ships in Kiribati are heading out here. Yeah. This would be on Antarctica.
Yeah. Can you talk more about Kiribati? I know a lot of people don't know anything about that. And I know there's a lot of silly stuff going on there.
Yeah. So I showed you the ships so then we say, where's Kiribati? And we look, Kiribati is out here in the middle of nowhere. It's a tiny little sandbar, right? And I've got a pin on it. So we'll zoom in. And I encourage people, go on Google Earth and zoom in on the deep Southern Ocean, and you'll find crazy shit on these islands. Like crazy stuff. Like why are all the trees lined up like that? And look at these houses and these tiny little specks, like who's there?
Yeah, who's out there?
Do they have Amazon Prime? Like what the hell? Right? And then when we look at Kiribati, you saw this has Captain Cook Hotel is on Kiribati. Interesting.
Awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Like two. Right. And then when we looked at the ship tracking on Kiribati, there was like 15 ships there, and we were like, all right, where's this one going? Where's this one going? Again, all of them, very little information. Destination unknown or destination Christmas Island.
Christmas Island.
It's a fairy tale.
Maybe that's how they get. Maybe that's how they get the kids on the boat. You know,
geez.
Christmas Island.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, Christmas Island.
That's
And so,
crazy.
what's going on there? Why do they have a giant pier on this little sandbar? Right? What's going on there? And then they don't want people going to Kiribati. So there's all these articles about nuke testing. They blew up 50 nukes there in the 50s.
Yeah. Nukes.
They don't want to get nuked.
That's another funny one.
So let me ask you a question. Oh, and the one guy, one of this article, one of the guys that said he was there during the nuke testing goes, when it went off, because I put my hands over my face and I could see the bones in my hands.
Oh my gosh.
Like, is he watching too many Bugs Bunny shows?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is going
my
on?
God.
That's literally what this article says, right?
Crap.
And so you got these soldiers here, nuclear bombs. This is obviously a nuclear bomb, and none of them care. None of them fucking care.
Nobody's looking.
None of them care. No one's fucking looking.
Oh, that's
right?
so good.
And then this is pretty recent article. They're using the same picture. This is used like everywhere. This picture. This is just an illustration, right? And all these guys, they got their sheets over their heads, so they're safe. Look, that's like cleaner. What is that? That's like just water vapor. That's like look how clean that is. All right, they're all looking.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just,
Right.
it's totally
And then-
safe.
and then if you look at time zones on a ball, which should be equal lines, dividing it up like orange sections, 24 of them, spin it around, you get your time zones, right?
Mhm.
Right. And but we have this date line one that's all kind of jagged that nobody likes talking about. If we zoom in on that, this time zone, it cuts across like 3.5, 4 time zones. Like, why is it doing it? And then guess what's right here?
You got to be kidding me.
Kiribati, right there. Okay.
Total
What's going on there?
coincidence. Total coincidence.
That's a coincidence.
Deal.
Yeah. Because if you try to take a flat circle map, like get the Gleason's map, and wrap it around a basketball, you have a lot of extra pieces,
Mhm.
a lot of extra that needs to be cut away. And they use magnetic declination and GPS to hide those distances. You know, the distance, the daily sailing distance records all have been made in the north. Or by over 200 miles more than they could do in the south. Because when you look in the south, let me pull up the map again. When you look in the south, the lines of longitude, they get wider. So a sailor in the south, he'll sail like from here to here. So he went 2 longitudes. Here, the guy will sail the same distance and he'll go 4.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And then GPS will say, "Oh, you went 800 miles. Oh, you only went 600 miles."
Right.
Yeah, that's like those.
And there's no way to tell because you have no land markers out there. So out here in the middle of the Southern Oceans is where they hide it. You know that there's more time zones in the Southern Ocean than there are in the Northern Ocean. There's more time zones.
makes
They've hidden
no
them.
sense on a ball. None
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Well, they say it's political reasons and this and that.
They say a lot of
Uh-huh.
things.
Dave, we got a problem, Dave, because Australia doesn't map out, so it's a globe.
Yeah.
On the Gleasons, you know that, right?
They say that Australia is stretched out and how Australia is crunched up.
Yeah, on
Australia
the globe.
is yeah, on the globe. It's crunched up.
I know that's what
Okay.
they always compare. Well, it's not like that on the globe, so clearly it's wrong. You're like, you're not getting
Well,
this at all.
Completely missing it.
On my app, if I wait until right now and I call my buddy PK who's in Sydney, I'd say, "Where's the sun?" He'd be like, "Well, it's almost right above me and it's noon." Of course. And now if I did it over here, this person would tell me that it's noon. Right? So something's right about that size. And if I wait until it's over Africa, if I knew somebody over here, I'd call them. They'd say it's noon, sun's right above me.
Yep. I've actually
the
used
same-
the app to see where the moon was. Like if I was going outside to look at the
Oh,
moon,
dude.
I've been like,
Dude, I
oh,
was
it's
just
over
seeing that
there.
yesterday. It's like sometimes, like now, like the moon. Oh, there's a great moonrise right now, and I'm missing it because I'm talking to you guys. It's probably there's probably a killer moonrise right outside my living room window. Okay, is it a full moon tonight? No, one more day. It's close to a full moon.
Cool.
But when there's a sliver moon in the day sky, you'll miss it. But I'll look at my app and go, oh look, the moon's right there. Oh, there it is.
Yep, I literally have done the same thing. It's awesome.
Yeah,
so, like you said, it has to be accurate somehow. So
it's super accurate. Now I'm adding more and more. Like the moon doesn't travel in between the tropics yet, but it will.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's always
Have you guys used the new search feature?
No, I was actually going to ask you about that, like a search feature.
So like, let's say someone's like, well, what do you mean we're going to go to the moon? And so, well, let me show you. I'll type in rover, ROV, bam. Here are the rover pictures, or if you want to say, what do you mean sunset? What do you mean horizon? We can see too far. I'll type in horizon.
Oh, that's
whoops.
That can let us flat smack them even quicker.
Yeah. So here it pulls up, and I'm adding tons more pictures. But then you can also select, and then you can pick up to 5 images to share. If you want to send them to somebody, bam. So before you had to do them one by one. Now you can select 5.
Nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is this as high tech as flatearth.ws? Is this got the technology that site is running, or?
A lot of people don't know that I have the wind and temperature map. Where you can pull it up and change the altitude to 10 HPA, which is about 40,000 feet, and then you get the wind maps.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're talking to somebody about southern flights, you could say, I'm going from Santiago. The plane gets into this 200-mile-an-hour red area, gets a tailwind, and it can make it over to Australia in just no time.
Yep, it's a handy tool for sure.
Definitely a handy tool.
Yeah, you guys went all out on that. You did a great job.
For our viewers, this is a question that I get asked a lot.
Yeah.
So how does the sun work? When it has a smaller circumference of how it goes around the Earth when it's in
yeah. So I know what you're saying. When it's in here, it's the Tropic of Cancer, and it's going slower. When it's out here, it's on the Tropic of Capricorn, and it's going faster, but it's still making one circle in a day, right? So the inside part of this hand is going slower than the outside part, but they're traveling together. They're traveling, they're traveling at different speeds, but the same angular speed. Okay, so
slows down.
So here's the thing: in our summer. Here, especially, you guys are where you guys in Florida? You said,
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm in Connecticut. Farther north you are, and it's also in Florida too. In June and July, when the sun sets, it's still light for almost 2 hours.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, because the sun is moving. One, it's moving slower, and two, it's taking a tighter turn around from us. So it's not just running farther away. It's turning. That's why when you're in northern Alaska. The sun is kind of just circling around you, and it'll never set if you're in very northern Alaska because it never gets far enough away.
Yep.
So in June, in our summer, the sun sets and the light lingers for 90 minutes to an hour, to 2 hours. I mean, right? In our winter, when the sun sets, it's dark in 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? Have you noticed that?
Very true.
It's dark. Okay. If the Earth was a globe in December, people of equal southern latitudes should experience the same thing that we did 6 months ago. So when they're in December, when the sun sets, the sun should linger, but the sun gets darker faster for everybody on Earth. It doesn't get dark the same. Some places it gets dark in certain places out here. It gets dark and literally pitch black in 5 minutes. But wherever you are on Earth, in June, the sunlight lingers, and in December, the sun gets dark very fast.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the end of the ball right there. It's over. Right. So we have actually Jaron has a guy in Australia. I think in Australia that is doing measurements every day, measuring from sunset to dark every single day.
Nice.
And it's already pretty conclusive, but he's going to go all the way through the end of the year. And there's no explanation.
Yeah.
There's no explanation.
No, I love how they're like, so you're telling me that the sun moves faster. Like, you believe we're speeding up and slowing down all the time going around the sun. So why is it so hard to believe that the sun's moving faster in a different time of the year? It's really not that hard to grasp.
Yeah. So think about this. This is crazy, right? So you got our Earth and you got our moon. Okay, the moon goes around the Earth, right? But at the same time, the Earth is speeding around the sun. Okay, so it's going 67,000 miles an hour, right? So let's say sun's over there. It's going this way, 67,000 miles an hour. You with me?
Yep.
So the Earth, the moon goes around down. It's like 2,200 miles an hour. Let's say 2,000 miles an hour. So 67,000 miles an hour. For this to pass the moon, it has to be going 69,000 miles an hour, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's going 69,000 miles an hour, and it's coming around. Now that it's going here, 69,000. It has to still go 69,000 miles an hour, right? So it maintains its distance. When it goes over here, it still has to be going 69,000 miles an hour. But when it goes over here behind the Earth, when it comes behind, when it comes around, it's got to slow down, or the Earth is just going to it's going to fly away. It's got to literally speed up and slow down, maintain a perfectly circular orbit. Guess what? It's not a perfectly circular orbit. It's an elliptical orbit. So the calculations are even worse. And then on top of that, while it's doing that, it has to calculate the 500,000 miles an hour of speeding up and slowing down in a curved trajectory, right? While it's spinning, while it's doing that, okay? While all the satellites are mimicking all of that also in free space, we just throw it out and it'll perfectly stay where we want it to stay in this friggin' beehive. I can't even explain it. It's so fucking crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Okay? It's so crazy.
I know, man. It's insane.
So wait, let me say that again. So 67, so 67, 69,000 miles an hour. But when it's going this way, it's got to slow down its speed and slower, so it doesn't just fly by.
It's going the opposite direction.
It's going the opposite direction. So it's got to speed up and slow down, speed up and slow down. The Earth is speeding up and slow down. It's spinning. Spinning is the only allegedly consistent thing. And somehow the sky's a perfect clock.
I know.
Yep. Jupiter has more gravity than all of the other planets combined, but Jupiter's 99% helium and hydrogen, which defy gravity.
Well, not in space. It's totally different physics out there, man.
Totally different. You guys a lot.
I've heard it all. Trust me. So I know we're at about an hour. If you want to.
We are. I got a question for you. Then I do have to go.
Okay.
You go up against you got Dickhead Dave. You got Globe McGlobeface.
We have McToon in there all the time.
Oh,
yeah, he wanted us to. The only way he would debate us is if we showed our faces.
That's you know what I'll recommend. I can't disagree with that. I think debating people that don't show their faces is not good. It's because you can just say anything. Like Jaron debated Brenda, and I said make her show her face, and that was a fucking mistake. But she did. Okay?
Oh god!
Can you do one favor for my daughter? She's like a super fan, and she follows you on TikTok. You just say hi to Bill's daughter.
Hi to Bill's daughter. What's going on? How old is she?
She's 10.
She's 10. All right, and she knows the Earth is not a globe.
Yes, unfortunately, she's in the educational system.
Well, let her learn both models and then have her explain them both to you, and then she'll be a flatter.
Yeah, she'll instead of bullying in high school, she'll just be flat smacking. So it's all good. Anyway.
Do you guys have you guys checked out the new profile section on the app?
Yeah, I actually just looked at it the other day. It's
right.
It's coming up for sure. There's always new stuff on there.
Yeah. So the profile section is fun. I got some friend requests here. And you can check out people's profiles. You can search for people. Like I searched for kite surfing on here, and I found a friend who's a kite surfer.
Nice.
Who's now a friend. And like if you can search for real estate, Florida, and you can find, we can find people that we want to work with. After everyone's on here, I'm going to add like literally check boxes, like what you do, anything you want to add, so people can search. That hey, show me all the real estate brokers in this area. Show me. And so we never have to ever work, like you're visiting New York, God forbid. And you gotta find a place to eat. You can use the friend finder and just look, say, hey, there's a whole bunch of blue dots in this restaurant. Or you could say, who works at a restaurant? You type in restaurant, New York, and like, this person works here, and you can message them. And then you just like go meet new people. Yeah, it's amazing. Awesome. It's amazing. And
it's a great app, dude. We're definitely going to push that too.
And the other thing is, do you guys use the groups, the messaging?
I've gotten a few messages from.
It's kind of like Telegram, right? And then here's my beta test group. This is where I test stuff, and it's turned into literally 73 members. It was like 180 members in there. I had to delete it and start over again because it was literally for testing the app.
Yeah.
But people are in there doing their own thing. But you can make video phone calls by clicking this. Have you tried that?
No.
So I'll hit it. And here's the illusion. Nice T-shirt, by the way, available on the shopping cart section.
Nice.
Shopping cart section on the app. And I bet you $50 Run Boston Bear is the first one on. Okay. See, I would have lost if you took the bet. Hey, what's up? I'm on a show, and I'm just showing people how the app works. And Run Boston Bear is usually always the first one on. Where are you located? Montreal. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Darcy. This is Darcy. He's high up on the leaderboard, falling back, I must say, a little bit. And he's in Australia. Hey,
Nice.
Darcy, how the hell is it light in Australia? It's nighttime here. Can you explain?
Sorry. Whoops.
There you go. It flipped over.
I just put the lights turned on.
He doesn't look upside down. I don't know.
Yeah, there.
You turn your phone over, but the phone flips it back over.
Flips it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Nice.
all right.
Excellent.
And,
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Thanks, Darcy. Peace, butter. Isn't that crazy how we can literally?
Awesome.
I'm talking to a guy in Australia, Canada. You're in Florida.
Yeah, it's
It's
awesome.
like,
I'm on
And
your
they call us-
leaderboard, man. I got 7 people. Woo!
Are you?
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, now my leaderboard, anyone with 3 should be knocked off by now. Okay, let's see. Let it load for a second. Anyone going to Flattoberfest, October 21st?
I wish. I'm sure you guys are doing it next year, too.
All the 3s are gone.
I got
All the 3s
7. I got 7. I'm pleading truth.
7.
I tried to change it to Ted Logan once I started the Twitter account, but it didn't actually change it, I guess. But it's no big deal.
You can change it, but don't do it now until I get all the. Playing through, there it is. Playing through.
Yep.
Number 7. There you go. You're a shrimp.
I'm a shrimp that's there, though, man. I'm a shrimp that's there.
It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
It's all right. I'll fork out the $11 again next year. It's not. It's not a big deal.
Because you don't want to come off the leaderboard. If you fork out, if you had 11, people have points and they don't want to. They don't want to go off the leaderboard.
Yeah, because it takes them away.
But you know what?
It's $11.
$11 fucking dollars, right? It's like
I
I said to someone the other day.
thing
I always
does,
say,
dude.
you're buying me a margarita and you're forgetting to tip the bartender, and someone goes, "Not here. Margarita's $22."
So you buy one for a friend too. Buy the app for a friend.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Thank you so much, man. It's been an absolute pleasure, dude. And we're all super fans, obviously. And
all right, well, keep doing what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Everyone serves their role. Like you guys are in the garbage pit of Twitter, and and you're not going to wake up those people, but other people that are seeing those tweets are going to wake up.
Yeah, I've gotten literally a couple hundred messages from people saying, "I never looked at it like that. The way you explain it just makes sense." That's all I need, man. That's
happening. It's happening. Like if everyone, on the friend finder, right? There's 115,000 people now. Okay. So imagine if everybody just woke up one person a week, just one a week. Okay, we could do way better than that. It's over before the end of the year. It's over before the
I
end of the
know.
year.
God, it,
I mean-
it will be amazing.
You'd be
Look at
surprised
that.
how many people on Twitter are flat earthers, but they don't know about the app. So they've been learning about that too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I try to
So-
post it because I'm shilling for you. Apparently, we had an agreement on the
That's
side,
all right.
Dave.
That's all right. You know what? I wish I could pay people, dude. My server costs are like through the friggin' roof.
Oh,
I
It's
can
insane.
only imagine.
I need everyone to subscribe.
Yep.
Everyone needs
for
to
sure.
subscribe
I am. I'm
and
there.
get someone else to subscribe. But you know, I love how the Globies come after me. Oh, you're a grifter. You know, you're stealing $3, right? But meanwhile, they're like, they have Patreon. They have, send a super chat if you want to ask a question.
Yeah.
And they're getting $20, $30, $50 super chats for what?
Yeah, I know.
What?
I know. And God
What?
forbid you make money for something, or I doubt you're even making money, honestly. You're probably breaking even with how much you're always updating it. But
There's so much money that goes in that I don't have any extra money. Let's just put it
Yeah.
that way. But one day it'll get to the point where I can do some serious damage to the globe, like rent a friggin' jumbo jet and do my my vertical gyro compass experiment that'll absolutely prove the Earth is not a globe.
that'll be awesome.
Oh man, it's coming.
It's so
It's coming.
simple too. I just need you need a film crew, and then we'll invite Neil deGrasse Tyson, but he won't come.
Yeah.
But we'll invite some college professors. We'll invite Walter Van Leeuwen or whoever, Walter Lewin, and whatever. Get some professors on there, get some news crews on there, and show them. And absolutely, will 100% prove that the Earth is not a ball.
Yep. I
Damn
know
right.
it. I'm positive of it. So I'm just waiting
Yeah.
for the day.
Yes.
Well,
sir.
I mean, people say, "Well, where's the proof?" We can see too far.
Yeah, I know.
Next.
That's pretty much all you need, man. But
what does that even mean, Dave?
How do you know how far you should be able to see?
Yeah.
That's a parabola. That's a
Do you have
parabola.
geometry for that?
Yeah,
Because we live in math. I love it.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome,
This is
dude.
this
Thanks.
on mainstream science. You know what they say about this? Nothing. They won't even address it. Right? These mountains should be over 40 miles behind a physical curve, but they're not.
No,
That's
they're not.
because we turned the refraction up, and there they are. They
Yeah.
went, whoop. They were
I
over
know.
40 miles. They went up, and they're not there. You're seeing around the curve.
Yeah, and all the ones at different distances just decide to stop.
They
where
all
it's
everything
perfectly
stops, and then these things in the foreground also refract at a different rate, and everything refracts to deceive you.
And then you have Jay Tolan, who's taken infrared, so they got nothing to say. They got nothing.
He doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Professor Dave said that, and I believe him. So
Yeah, Jay Tolan, here's some Jay Tolan stuff, and when his stuff is incredible. I mean, you could just see so far.
Wow. It's I don't know how anyone can dispute that. I just really don't get it. You have to be in denial and just not being willing to accept it. It's the only explanation I got.
it's not on the news, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Until it gets there or on NASA.
This one is I wish they had the non-infrared, because this is looking over from Malibu to Mount San Jacinto. If I say that right, I always say it wrong. And it's just blue sky. This is literally just a blue sky.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you put that lens on, bam, there's a mountain. Well,
that
you can't
mountain
see
looks
the
like
bottom, man.
Yeah,
That mountain looks like it's leaning away.
yeah.
It does. It has to be. The top would be I think the top would be hidden. Okay, 7,000 feet. I think this mountain is just about 7,000 feet, so you should just be able to see just like that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But we
Okay.
don't have the observer
there?
light on that meme, sir. So we're not going to be able to.
And the temperature and the humidity and you don't have to have all that stuff. But if somebody goes interesting, that proves the Earth is a globe.
Yeah, I know. It's definitive, man. Definitive.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. That's all,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yep. No,
Thanks.
we appreciate it.
FlatEarthDave.com.
Dude.
Everything's at FlatEarthDave.com. FlatEarthDave.com. I might be on the Roseanne Barr show.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That'd be
nice.
awesome.
I just recorded with Eddie Bravo yesterday, and he just did Roseanne, and he was flats back here, and she says she wants to have me on, but she wants me in studio, and I'm like, Eddie's like, it'll be better if you do Zoom, right? So I'm trying to convince them to let's do Zoom, and then invite me in, and we'll have another conversation. You can kind of edit them together.
Yeah, so you can
So-
show the stuff
Yeah,
Continue the
that could be pretty crazy.
Yeah, congrats. She's one of those big people like that. Like I've heard you say before, all it takes is one huge famous person to come out. And
I have I'm not going to say the name of the show, but I had another show that came here and filmed me on Monday, for half the day. And let's just say he puts out these 15, 20-minute videos of non-biased, interesting topics.
Mm-hmm.
And first, I'll tell you, he's brand new to Idea Flat Earth. I completely blew his mind. But like a video that he puts out that doesn't get many views gets close to 2 million views.
What?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's on. It's on.
This is on.
You're doing the Lord's work, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just about to make some viral shit happen. And it just you guys are doing your job over on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called.
I still refuse to call it X. I just can't.
No, it's Twitter.
We talk shit on Elon all the time, so we definitely get regulated, but we're still doing all right. We're still reaching people.
Yeah.
Can't shut us down completely.
Did you see what his logo looks like mirrored?
Yep.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Big surprise. Well, dude, he runs like 22 successful companies, so he's clearly
he doesn't.
I know.
Go on my website and scroll down to the Elon Musk banner. And
I've seen it. I've seen it. But yeah, everybody else, you have to watch that. It destroys it in 5 minutes.
I'm going right after this.
So if you go, how A is 1, B is 2, and Z is 26. How they you assign a number to every letter. If you reverse it, so A is 26 and Z is 1. And you add up National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Of course. They sign it everywhere.
Everywhere. It's
and I wasn't religious before. I'm not religious now, but I was atheist before. And now there has to be a creator. That's all there's to it. So then you start seeing that everywhere and they believe it. So.
Yeah, crazy stuff. FlatEarthDave.com, guys. Thanks for all the help. Spread the word, and
thank you for coming on.
Keep flat smacking the crap out of everybody.
Oh, we will.
Damn right,
dude. You got to come to Vegas. I got these banners. Let me wait. Hold on a second. Let me show you the banner.
Oh, nice.
Hold on.
I want to go. So
we will be there next year. We will be there next year because there's going to be one.
We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out onto the street. And I got these banners. It's gonna be hard to show you, and probably some of it's gonna turn invisible because I have a green screen.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's this, right? Win $3,000 in Concito chips. Wow. Provide one proof the Earth is a globe, and the rules are no cost to play. Play as many times as you like.
Wow!
Nice.
That's gonna draw them in. Holy
dude,
crap.
there's gonna be so many people coming. They're gonna be so butthurt. It's gonna be great.
I was gonna say they're gonna be mad.
They're gonna be. The story is gonna be like, guy's gonna get home from Vegas and goes, "Well, honey, got some bad news. You lost all our money." No, that's the good news. Bad news is I'm a flat earther now.
Nice.
That's so good. Oh,
nicely done, sir.
That's
nicely
awesome.
done.
Can I ask you one last question, and we can cut it off out and edit it out if you want to? So on one episode, I saw you were talking with somebody about free energy, and they were basically telling you it's impossible. And I saw you lift up your little green screen. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
It's awesome.
So this is I don't know if you can see. This is you put your head in there, and there's different attachments.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if I turn it on. I don't know if you can see that.
Barely. I'll zoom in later and see it better.
Yeah.
That was some crazy noise in my headphones.
Yeah, we heard
It was.
that too. That's awesome. So do you want us to cut this out?
No, I don't care. It's
okay.
fine.
Okay.
Anybody that wants information on it, where do I have information? I gotta link it somewhere on my website. It's a guy in Mexico that makes these things. They're amazing. They're not cheap. Okay. So unless you've got thousands of dollars to spend, Don't say I want one.
Yeah. I just wanted to see it. That's all.
What's the short description?
The short description is it uses about 100 watts. It's like a light bulb. It outputs thousands of watts. It puts life force energy through every cell in your body. So when I'm on this thing, like if I take my toe or my finger and bring it near a piece of metal, literally lightning will shoot out of my body to ground itself.
Mm-hmm.
Or if somebody comes near me and I go like that, lightning will go between our fingers. And it gives your body, it gives every cell in your body all of the energy that it needs to operate at 100%.
That's your secret, man.
Yeah, it seems to be working.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You seem like you're never in a bad mood. I mean, I'm sure everybody has bad days, but
Yeah, I don't know why waste a day being upset.
yeah,
you know,
I agree.
it's like these globies. They watch all of my videos and they hate like McToon. He just watches every video. I was showing a meme of Apollo 8, 11, and 12. No, 9, 11, and 12, and I showed how the Earthrise is the same Earth, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I made the meme, I mistyped. I must have mistyped 8 for 9 from the information because like 9, 11, 8, 11, you know, so it was either a fat thumb or just my mind, you know, type 9. And he goes, Apollo 8 never even went to the moon. So I'm a liar and a grifter. And he's making all these videos how I'm just a deceiver. So I was like, you know what? Let me check that out. And actually, that's before I saw his videos, I realized that mistake had happened. And so I went and because someone had sent me the pictures. So I went on NASA's website. I went and I found the 11 and 12, exactly the same Earth, same clouds. Yeah. I couldn't find 8 or 9. Well, no, I mean 8. Yeah. Right? I found it, and the picture was very strangely similar, but the clouds weren't the same. And so it's fine. 11 and 12 have the same clouds.
Yeah,
it's still the same stupid thing.
Someone actually posted that, like, he's a shill under one of your videos. I posted, look, come on.
But McToon had every instance that I said that in every show. Like I probably used that meme 3 or 4 times, and he found them. Like if he said, Dave, how many times have you used that meme? I don't know even where to look. Yes. Like I was like, well, I have to go back through 100 shows to find it. He knew all. I think he indexes my shows.
Yeah, she's got to, man. It's crazy.
I mean, you. How much time do you spend watching shit that you hate?
None.
Other than a little fuckery that you. Yeah, I don't watch any of their shit.
Yeah,
dude, that is exactly what they do.
Yeah, they just
and the only reason I saw that video is a friend like Dave. This, they're saying that you're lying about something. I'm like, what am I lying about? You know, I'm like, yeah, we make mistakes. Now, McToon, Jared has pointed out to McToon, you know, you're lying about this. And he showed him about the compressing of the straight lines. And
that one. They love that
he still won't take it down off his website. He still won't. So who's the liar and grifter? These guys, everything they accuse us of is exactly what they're doing.
I know.
It's so
projection
incredible.
At its finest. I love it.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah. They're
unbelievable.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's a cult. There's no two ways about it.
Note to self: don't ever turn there we go. It disconnected. It disconnected when I turned that on. It disconnected my my phone from the computer. It's like, wait a minute, it's not connected.
What happened?
But that's all I got to say about that, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, man. Have a good one. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks,
All right,
Dave.
send me a link when this is up. All right, send me a link when you're done.
Just to reply to the email that you sent with it. Or...
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome, brother.
And see ya.
See ya.
All right,
Thanks, man.
Later.